Welcome back to J.K. McLeod. Today I'm working on my trusty, handy-dandy Toro 4-cycle mower, the Suzuki engine, circa 1988. Picked this up in, I guess, 91. Someone had purchased it and used it for a couple of years, didn't maintain it, didn't start. So they just put it at the side of the road, and I picked it up, put a few parts into it, and I've been using it for the last 30-something years. I guess, what, 35 years old now. And incredible reliability. I really hadn't had to do much to it. Rarely does it ever not start on the first pull. But I have to work on it now because in here there's a small metal plate that blocks the back side of the wheel off. It's supposed to keep all the junk and malarkey out. But you can see it's peeled up a little bit, and a little stick got in there, pulled off the end from where the gear is for the self-propel part. And the spring and the washer and everything else came falling out. So I waited on the replacement parts to come, and just gotta pull off the wheel, replace them, and hopefully we can get this thing back in business. All we have to do is remove this bolt here. The wheel should come off. There's a little nut behind it. It's in a small cavity where this holds it in place. And the gear, and hopefully the gear and the rest of it should be there. But, we'll see once I get it off. Well, thankfully, most of the parts are still here. Parts we're going to need: a end ring clip. Part number is 65-2720. There's a spring, which goes up against this gear, holds it up against, holds it flat up against here. There's a key right here. As you can see, it slides along this little channel and into that little plastic retainer. And what that does is that rolls up as the shaft spins, and then locks the wheel and the gear into place. And last but not least is this little retaining clip, part number 65-2720. So that should be the gear first, the retainer clip. Let me get this in focus, it would help. A little retainer clip. There's one spring that goes on it, and the retainer at the end fits in a little channel. So let me get that all together and see if we got some power back to these wheels. There we go. Got the gear, the little retainer, the spring, and then the clip on the end. And that's all that holds it. So when the power is given, it rolls that little pin forward, locks into the gear, makes the wheels turn, but then when you release it, it allows the wheels to freewheel, so you can pull it back, so you're not fighting the transmission. We clean this up, straighten out the bent plate. This way it actually does this job. Clean up the wheel, and see if she has some power. Okay, plate straightened out. Grease up the gears. Now you can tell when something's designed to last forever. Right there. Grease fitting. Right there. There we go. Grease fitting. As part of the maintenance, you pump a little grease through here, push out the old grease, replace it with the new, clean it up, and you're good for the whole next season. Get the wheel back on and see what we get. And there we go. We have forward propulsion.